Over the years in the life of an institution such as La Verne, programs change, people change, we add buildings, values may stay the same, but the demands on our facilities do change. Technology changes that, added enrollment changes that, new buildings might house functions that used to be in old buildings. And I think one of the interesting challenges on any campus is to refurbish a building, bring new life to it. The WIT Hoover Building is one of those buildings. It was built in 1952. So when it's about 50 years old, we decide it needs a new life. We brought together some very creative architects. Our Executive Vice President, Phil Hockey, worked with those architects to try to figure out how to reconstruct that building, saving what was good about it, but making it even better. Those architects designed a second floor, they designed new office spaces and classroom spaces, and with a little money and a little time, they transformed the WIT Hoover Building from its original use as a library, its intermediate use as a College of Law building, into a marvelous structure that now houses the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, the Kappa program for adults, and the behavioral sciences. I'm very proud of what we've done with that structure. I remember it as a library. I spent a lot of time in there. Did you hear that? A lot of time in there as a student. And now it's a facility that will serve us for another 50 years very well.
the fireplace was hidden. Oh, you want to get a picture of this?
Yeah, I would, as we go along.
Anyway,
With your
just
commentary?
Just a lot of walls that came out here where we had the receptionist area and stuff, and we had a wall coming out here. Then there's a little partition here in the library that we took out. And what we're doing now is for the first floor, is you can see all the office spaces coming down this side, seminar rooms, workroom, with the elevator and the stairs coming up along the side here. So, and then we've got a large Kappa lounge here, and we'll have another lounge over here. So it's computer labs and etc. On the second floor, where I was showing you, that's just wide open. Then we come up here and we have conference and seminar rooms with a row of office spaces coming down here. So it's going to be quite extensive when we get done.
Back when it was WIT Hoover, and part of the law library section now will be offices, seminar, workroom. And probably the most important thing, of course, over here is window and offices, dean's offices. That's probably the most important feature of it all.
Oh, that window, definitely.
Probably the most expensive thing we did in that building was to cut a window for Charlotte Neill so she could enjoy a view of the new liquid amber mall that we have. It was well worth every dollar we spent.
Here Saturday the 7th of April, this big crane ready to lift the air circulation, heating and cooling unit, giant unit, onto the roof of the Hoover Building. How about that?
your hands up and come.
One of the things I really admire is creativity, and I see it in the way the architects have transformed both the Hoover Building and the Communications Art Building. I like to think I have an imagination, but I could never have imagined the marvelous job they did taking what was good about the buildings and improving on that and making them even better. This area of La Verne was once one of the citrus-growing capitals of the world. And for those of us who have been around the area for a good many years, we remember the beauty of the groves. We remember smelling the blossoms in the spring, harvesting of the fruit in the fall. And pieces of that harvest were to bring all of that fruit down to a packing house, to put it in boxes, and people worked in rows with conveyor belts and put the fruit in the boxes and then loaded it on the trains. There's a packing house that now has become a part of our campus. It's right on the railroad tracks. It used to be the Lemon Packing House here in La Verne, and now it's the Communications and Art Building for the University of La Verne. A marvelous facility. Again, we've given an old building a new life. And it's got this perfect northern exposure, lots of glass for the art department. And then down in our lower level, we've constructed studios and office space for our communications program. Again, a great example of how old buildings can be recycled and given new life.
about those tax documents? You said that were going to be sent to me.
So that's a good story. Okay. It's a lot of footwork, but it's focus, focus on the, and the whole. I just think there's, but within that.
Taking what was good for a lemon packing house and using that to make a great art studio. That takes a lot of creativity, and I have a lot of admiration for the architects and the builders. And I thank those teams for working these transformations on our campus.
Bring the action.
When he was in the club, you're gonna turn his up. You're gonna turn his up. You're gonna turn his up.
Yeah, so if you want, and not on the table.
You need what? Okay.
In the middle, right? See how it really has a strong shoulder? See that strong shoulder? And look at its belly. If you think about its belly, it has a pretty flat belly, right? Now this thing and these things have a little different belly.